So this is the 30th Agulhas Inflatable Boat Challenge. This started back in 1988 when Spock Esterhuizen decided that he needs to do a personal challenge, and he paddled all the way from Plettenberg Bay to Hermanus Old Harbour, and that's how this race was born. The Agulhas Challenge is broken up into a 5-day event, and then there's 2 disciplines. We've got the long distance discipline, which starts in the morning and it ends in the midday. And then that afternoon is when all the boats have reached their end destination. They do the surf circuit race, which is called the King of the Waves. And they compete that. Those are 2 separate competitions, but in the end are total together for overall champion.
Right, gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 30th Agulhas boat race taking place this morning.
I think everybody gets a bit of false sense of security when you're looking in the bay here. Across to our first stop at Nature's Valley, the water will be okay, but once we come back to Plettenberg, head round Robberg down to Brenton, I'm sure the conditions will get a bit worse.
So we are very excited for the whole race and looking forward to it.
Ja, wat vat hom as hy kom, is die eerste een in sy jaar, die nerves is maar volop.
This is the hardest day, the first day, with the bit more technical with the beach stops and the fuel stops. So tomorrow's a short day, so we pretty much just go all out tomorrow. Basically, we just got to look after the equipment. It's still a long way to go. Anything can happen to anybody, basically.
So I've been involved with the Agulhas now, designing and manufacturing boats for the last 25 years. And the design of the boats has changed tremendously over the last sort of 15 to 20 years. Initially, when the Agulhas started, majority of the guys that were racing were using what we used to call the old closed nose or full inflatable, mostly imported, whether it was overseas boats and that. And then a lot of guys in South Africa saw that there's a gap in the market to manufacture dedicated boats for inflatable boat racing. And once that step took over, it was just a matter of everyone designing their boats according to the speeds and that they wanted to get out of them. The design change on the boats came in most probably 93, 94. The pencil boat was developed. The pencil boat being a boat with a glass fiber aerodynamic wing in the front with two separate pontoons. So basically the boat runs on a cushion of air, and which gives you a lot of lift. They're quicker through the surf. You can imagine with the glass fiber aerodynamic nose cone in the front, if you hit a big wave that's curling, it's going to go through it, whereas the old-fashioned boats with a big round inflatable nose, you'd hit the wave and basically bounce back and sort of head back. So, and then also what happened was wash-through transom. So the boat could basically go through a wave without stopping as long as the people stayed inside the boat. The boat drained extremely quickly. The boat was more aerodynamic. The speeds of the boat went from most probably in the region of 75 kilometers an hour to well over 90 k's an hour. And recently the top speed of these boats now is reaching 115 kilometers an hour.
For the 30th Trans Agulhas, we've reintroduced the semi-rigid RIP class.
Give a round of applause for Team Vita Scalar 1, Tony Smith, Christian Miller.
Our condition today is quite more choppier and more rough, but it will bring the boats more into play, and the challenge will be more against each other, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Trans Agulhas is a very mental race, so we're going to keep trying to keep up with the front guys, maintain our lead, and just be cautious. There are 4 different classes. First is the novice class for the newcomers to the sport who's doing their first Trans Agulhas. Then you get the standard class, the guys who's a bit more experienced doing maybe the second or third. After the 3rd year you won your Trans Agulhas or defended your title, you need to go up to the Pro Stock class, which is the class I'm actually currently riding on. And then if you are, there's a modified class as well. So for the professional guys, it's not afraid of speed.
The Trans-Agulhas Challenge is very special. All these team guys, if you ask them after day 3 or 4, they normally tell you that they will never do this again. But then about a week after the race, they're already planning their next race. So it's a personal challenge or fulfillment that the sports people want to achieve. And this is one way of doing it, you know, achieving something that not a lot of people can say that they've ever done before. And it's testing not only the human body, it tests equipment and your boats and then navigation. And it's also a team effort. You know, we have 2 people on the boat. So it's not only testing personally self, but also a team needs to work together for 5 days through very hectic situations.
Yes, usually the third day with the 160 kilometers that we must do is a rough day because the guys are really tired already after a hectic second day.
Ons hoop vir 'n bietjie platter water vandag om die lywe bietjie te rus.
Can't complain. The weather is looking a bit better today, so hopefully we can go for another first place in our class.
So I don't think it's going to be an easy ride, but this is what the Trans-Agulhas is all about.
The night race is a tradition here for the Trans-Agulhas. They've got it every year. It's just a short race just to bring people together, to show people what boat racing is about.
We're going to have a night race, and it's about 10 kilometers, 1 lap in a triangle circuit. And then, yeah, we're quite keen, and the weather looks spectacular. There's lights at every buoy we need to go around. So, yeah, we just follow the lights.
was awesome. It was a bit sketchy, I'm not going to lie. But we just gave it the beans and managed to get you up first.
It was pretty intense. When my pilot says he can't see and he's giving the full beans, I got a bit scared, but we got it at the end.
Over the last 30 years with the Trans-Agulhas Challenge, especially the last 28 years, they used to send between 40 and 50 boats out into the sea on the start with no tracking devices at all. So the organizers used to just send them away in the start and hope for the best that the guys get to the end side. Last year we've introduced the track system. So the track system is a satellite tracking system that each team have to have on them while racing, and there's an app on the App Store that you can download, and all the spectators, everyone can actually follow their teams and know exactly where they are at all times. There's also a live website when the races are live where people can actually follow the teams on the course. So it makes it quite interesting for the spectators, for all their teams, and then especially for us as a safety aspect as well.
Yeah, we're going to ride from Struisbaai to El Kralsmond. We're going to do a surf there at the beach, and then after the surf we're going to ride through to Gansbaai Harbour where we're going to take out the boats.
Yeah, the wind's changed completely today. We got wind from a entirely different direction. Obviously it changes the sea conditions and obviously the setup. So we've changed what we need to change, and hopefully we've made the right changes.
I think it should be a very good day overall.
I've been doing this for 22 years. It's a family sport. I mean, my son's here with me. He actually turns 3 tomorrow. I won the Trans-Agulhas on his first birthday. And yeah, we've been doing, like I said, for a long time, and we're always together, you know. It's something you can do, and the family bonds. You know, coming out of this and you're closer than you went into it. So yeah, it's a good experience.
Yeah, we have got a bit of a lead, but today anything can still happen, still a day to go. But the weather looks pretty bad outside. We've got a strong southwesterly, bit of swells come up overnight, so it's going to be quite a bumpy ride through to the Strand today.
We're just going to hold on and hope for the best.
We have quite a lead, so we're going to try to keep it upright and just be consistent and finish in Strand hopefully today.
Overall winners in a modified class. M1, Dave Bonnet, Chad Westminster, Bristol Transport, Inflatable, boats and bikes. The winners of the Pro Stock class, boat 22, Inflatable, Gerrit Philip, South African Farmer Shirt Peaks.
Yeah, we're super happy with the win. It's the second year in a row, so we're quite pleased and to make our sponsors proud.
Overall winners, 2017-18 Jump Tree Agulhas, S4, Albrecht Jaker, Jarko Ferreira, Stukmakbus, West Coast Petroleum, Italy Group Crop Solutions. Winners of the novice class, this year the 30th Agulhas, is S45, Jason Colombo, Nico Mandaloo, Team Good Performance Racing.
Yeah, see you next year.
The 2017-2018 Jump Tree Agulhas overall winners. M1 with time of 10 hours, 22 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, it was, well, obviously we're very excited to have come up with the overall. The weather conditions made it very difficult for us today, but yeah, we're happy to have another overall win.